this video is continuation from the last class. As I said, we got one query and advantages and disadvantages of this one query. Because the query has less, it has all the disadvantages only. Stored procedure has many advantages. Now, this is my query. I am having, let's say, I am located in Atlanta, and the server is located in India. Because basically, the server will not be located at the same place where you are sitting. Let's see the Facebook. Your Facebook, the people are browsing from many locations. They are browsing from India. They are browsing from other locations, right? But the server will be located in one place. Asia countries they will be keep somewhere, and the USA purpose they will be keeping in the USA. Okay. See, I am sitting in Atlanta. I am open the management studio, but my server is in India. I have connected to the server in India. So, whatever the query I want, I'll paste that query. Let's say the query size is 100 MB. The query size which I want to execute, it is of 100 MB. So what I will do, I'll just paste that query in the management studio and execute. At the back end, what happens? That query is transported to this India server. On that server, that query is executed, and after that, the results are passed back to you. Let's say there are 100 people. 100 people wants to run the 100 MB query again and again. What happens? When there are 100 MB query, the network traffic, this is nothing but in the network you will be transporting the query, right? In the network, it will occupy 100 MB into 100 people. So the space is utilized more. Because of that, when the space increases, when you utilize more space in the network, then the network will be slow. Network will be slow, right? The network will be slow here. Slow network. Why the network will be slow? If many people wants to run some queries which is of some hundreds of MB size, then many people they will be using the network and the network will be slow. That is the one scenario. But stored procedure, you can store that 100 MB query under one name. That name here you will be storing that entire query under one name. Let's say the name is some stored procedure 1, SP1. Okay. Now, if you want to execute that 100 MB from the Atlanta server, you will not be sending that query, just you will be sending that SP1, the stored procedure name, that's it. It may be some KBs, right? Where is MB and where is KB? So, the server it will take that MB, the SP name, it will go to the India server and it will check under the stored procedure, whatever the query you got under the stored procedure, that query will be executed and the result, it will again get the results back to you. Okay. So that's why the stored procedure is fast. See, the 100 people they want to execute 100 MB query, so just they will execute the stored procedure name. So combination, it may be the stored procedure may be 1 KB. 100 people execute, it will be only 100 KB. Where is 100 into 100 MB? Where is 100 KB? Right? It is it is very less, and because of that, the network traffic will be reduced when you use a stored procedure. And one more thing. Second thing, when you send this 100 MB query, there may be some hackers on the network. What they do, they can, when there is used data, they can hack the data and they can modify the data. Let's say you are inserting the data into some table. Instead of insert, they may write delete. They may update that query. And when they send that query to the destination, it will be executed. It will be executed, right? It will be executed. But when we come to the stored procedure, let's say they are passing the SP1 name, and if the hackers change SP1 to some SP3, so it is not a problem, right? That SP will execute, but it will not going to, because basically the SP3 will not be there in the database, so it will show an error. So that is also one more thing, like security issue. Basically they can't hack we can encrypt the stored procedure. That there are many things. We can encrypt the data while passing through the network, but when there is a used data, the hacking possibilities are more. But when it is only one data that you are passing only the name, then the hacking possibility is very less. That is one more thing. Security is high, security is low, and security is high. And one more thing. This is the other one. This is the highly important one. Whenever I see, when I send the queries from this Atlanta to India server, so what happens when the query go to the India server? What happens? First, it will compile that query, and check whether the queries are good or not. After compiling what it prepares an execution plan to see whether that what is the best way to execute that query. So, that our server prepares an execution plan. Okay, it compiles and it prepares an execution plan, and after that it executes. So, so whenever I send daily if I send these queries to the server, if I send the query to the server, India server, daily that queries will go to India server, daily they will be compiled, and daily it makes an execution plan. The system will make an execution plan. Execution plan is nothing but we have seen, right? I will just select this query. Don't worry about the stored procedure, just I will select only this query. If the system wants to execute, so what happens? I will just do the execution plan. System will make a plan how to execute them. Before execution of that, it will make that plan, according to it only it will execute. So, this is normally the execution plan. I think we discussed about the execution plan in the indexes, right, when we said about the index. Okay, I will just click cancel. So, that is the one. So, whenever daily it will play, let us say the execution plan takes 3 seconds to compile and to execute. If it is 100 MB means it may be some thousands of lines of code, right. So, definitely it will take more time to compile and to prepare an execution plan. So, daily it does. So, daily 3 seconds means 100 into 3 seconds. So, 3000 seconds will be wasted daily. So, 300 seconds. So, 300 seconds will be wasted daily on that server because of the execution plan and this compile. Let us say if we store all the things in the stored procedure. So, what happens? That compilation execution plan will be created only once when you create a stored procedure. When you created the stored procedure, right, at that time only it will compile and it will store it will store that execution plan also. So, next time when you execute the store, first time when you create a stored procedure, at that time only it will compile and it will store the execution plan. Next time when you send the stored procedure, what happens? Already the execution plan and compile is already there, right. So, it will just save that time. Again it will not waste the time in compiling and creating execution plan, because already it is saved. So, it will just use the old existing one, that is it. So, because of that query will be slow and the stored procedure will be fast. Are you able to understand this? Yeah, please let me know if you do not get this. Everyone, are you able to get this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
that is a stored procedure. Okay. So, we are good with the stored procedure. Okay. Now, let us see one more thing. This is a normal stored procedure. Okay. We are good. I am just closing. If you want, I can send the stored procedure to you all. But see, I am connecting this server to other one, right. You can create some table in some other database and you can give the database as a source. It's your wish. Okay. I will just copy this and I will just send to you. Oh. Okay, this is with the stored procedure. And one more thing. Okay, we are done with this. Okay, we are done. Just this is a normal simple stored procedure. We are done. I want to create one more stored procedure. That is a different one. So, I can't use the parameters here there. So, that is why I am not using that. Let us say I got one table, company table in the test database. Now, what my scenario is it? I want to get the company details. I will just write star. Okay. I want to get the company ID for, I want to get the amount for that company ID, total amount for the company ID. So, I will write CID, comma, amount, right. Do I have amount or what do I have there? I will just write star and see. I can do that this way. Okay, I will not do the company because company has only ID, right. I will go with the company table. This will be good. Right click, select top 1000 rows. This will have the company ID and the amount. My scenario is that, or else this one also will be bad. Just go with the company destination. This will have enough data. I got the company ID, quarter and amount. Okay. My scenario is that I want to get the total amount for the company. And the amount should be, I will just sum it here. Sum as I will write it as total amount. Yeah, I'll just or I'll just write T amount will be enough, total amount. Okay, and here what I want, group by company ID. I'll just execute, so you'll be getting the company ID and here. But what I want, instead of getting all the records, I just want to filter where company ID equal to 1. When I give the company ID 1, I should get the amount for the company ID. When I give the company ID 2, I should get the amount for the company ID. Now my scenario is that I want to I will create everything in store procedure. Just I will write at the below something. Yeah, I will write something. Select star from some anything. Select star. This is, I don't want this one to be stored procedure. Just for time being, in order to save the data, I will do that. Observe this. Why I am doing this? There is one thing to understand. You need to see. Okay, I got the data. Okay. Now I want to create the stored procedure for this. In the stored procedure, I want to save this query. So what I will do? I will just write create procedure. I will name it as USP underscore. And one more thing, what I will be doing, and see, never don't start with the stored procedure with SP underscore, because they are system stored procedures. Programmability, if I see the system stored procedures, all the system stored procedures are started with SP underscore. System is a schema, SYS is a schema, and SP is a stored procedure. All the stored procedures are starting with the SP underscore. So when you give SP underscore, by default the system goes and instead of checking your stored procedures, it will go and check the system stored procedure by default. After checking the system stored procedure, it will come and check your stored procedure. If you give SP underscore, by default if you give SP underscore, it will first check the system stored procedures. Even though you are not given, it is a not system stored procedure, it is the stored procedure which you had created. So it will take some time, because even it will check the system stored procedure, and after that it will come and check here this stored procedure. When you do execute stored procedure name, if it is starting with SP, then it will check this one. So it is waste of time. That's why always what we do, we always give with the other thing, but don't never give the USP. So I'll give USP underscore get company totals. That is the thing. Okay, get company totals. I'll give as. Now I just want to store this stored procedure, right? I'll just give execute. When I give execute, what happens? Even I don't want to save this, right? I don't want to save this, but this also stores under the stored procedure only. Even the select star from company ID also will store under the stored procedure. So in order to see that one, I'll just go here, do refresh. Where I have stored this? Oh, sorry, I have stored this under master. I'll just delete from the master. Click master, programmability, store procedures. I'll just delete here. Delete. Yeah, I'll just connect to the database. I'll just use TST test go. Okay, done. So now, so for that purpose, what I'll do, I'll always give go, and after that I'll terminate with this. When I terminate this, okay, first we are not seen that one, right? Okay, I'll just execute this. So automatically that one will be created in my test database. I'll just go to the test. I'll just refresh it here. Now I can see the stored procedure. When I right click and do the modify, then you can see, even though I don't want this, but still you can see that query stored here. Okay. Now what I will do, if I want to modify the existing one, just I will write alter command, and after writing alter command, I will write go. So after go, you just give colon. That's it. And now I will execute the procedure. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, should not give them. I'll just give go, and I'll execute now the stored procedure. Okay, see, I'll execute the stored procedure. Now you can see because I did alter. If I want to change the existing one, just I did alter and I added go. Refresh the stored procedure, done. Now I'll go to this stored procedure and click and see the modify. Can you see that one? No, you can't see, because whatever is there after go, it will not store as a stored procedure. Okay, that is the important thing. That's why always whenever you create a function also, you should give go at the end. Okay, it is a normal standard way to do. So that's it, we are good. So this is a stored procedure which I have created. I'll just give create, because I need to send this one right to URL. Just create. So if I want to execute, what I can do, I can just write execute. I'll just give the procedure name. Automatically when I do the procedure name, I'll get the values. But now see, I'll get the values only for the company ID 2. But if I want to get the company ID 3, then I need to alter the stored procedure and just change the ID to 3. That's the thing. But can I do that dynamically? So just I can pass that value to the store. See, if I want to give that value 3, what I can do? I should give 3 here and alter the stored procedure. So alter the stored procedure. This is the thing that I need to give it, right? If I execute now I'll get the data for the 3. If I want for 4, then again I need to go to the stored procedure, again I need to alter. But it's not a good thing. So one thing, we can pass the 3 dynamically, like we can pass parameter to the stored procedure. So how to pass is that, just I'll take the stored procedure and I'll give the value here. Okay, I'll give the value. So I'll just alter, because it is already existing stored procedure, right? I'll give alter. And now what I'll do, after the stored procedure, I'll give the parameters at the rate of CID as integer. That's it. At the rate of CID is integer, I'll give 100. Okay, I can initialize the value 100 at the time. I'll give 100 value at the time. Okay, by default, if I don't pass, okay, we'll go step by step. Integer, and I'm altering the stored procedure, and here instead of this 3, I'll just give that parameter CID. That's it. I'll execute this. No, that one will be executed. I am altering the stored procedure, right? So it will be altered. So in order to execute the stored procedure, what I need to do, I'll just write execute the stored procedure and execute. But when I execute this, I'll get an error, because the stored procedure, it needs some parameter. So you are not passing, it is expecting. So what I'll do, I'll just give 1. When I give 1, see 1 I'm using again here, right? So when I give 1, I'll get data for 1. When I'll give 2, I'll get data for 2. How easy is it? Parameterized stored procedure. Now one more thing, but the scenario is that if I don't give any value, automatically the stored procedure should take some value. By default, it should take some value. So what I'll do here, I'll just initialize some 3. Okay, by default, see, I'll just altering the stored procedure, right? I'll alter it, and now I don't give any value, and I'll execute this. If I don't give any value, and when I execute this, see, then also it will execute, but the default value will be 3. Now if I pass some value to that 4, then what happens? Now I'll get the value for 4. See, if I don't pass, it will take by default as 3 value. If I pass, then it will take the value as 4. Okay, so this is a parameterized stored procedures. In the stored procedure, you got one more thing, like what is other thing? It is a new concept. Okay, now if I want to store the output of the stored procedure in one value, if I want to store the output of a stored procedure in one value, like whatever the amount I am getting, I want to store the amount in one value. Okay, I want to store that amount in one variable, like I'll declare at the rate of ID CID, and I want to declare at the rate of amount. I'll give the CID as integer, and I'll give the amount as some integer. Okay, it is like money, right? I'll give money. Done. So what I'll do, I'll just write set at the rate of CID equal to 1, and what I'll do, I'll execute execute just whatever the stored procedure I got here. I'll execute the stored procedure, and instead of passing that ID, I can just pass this with at the rate of CID. I can just pass the CID. Now see, because the CID is 1, right. So, you will get the value for 1C. If I change the CID to some 4, then I will get the value for the CID. This is the other way you can pass. Now, whatever the amount I am getting, okay, I want to store the amount in the other one. I want to store the amount in the parameter, but you can't store the variable in the parameter. So, first before that what I am going to do, I am going to alter the store procedure to get only amount. I do not want to get multiple columns. So, just I will get only amount. So, this is other scenario. I will get only amount, paste it. So, instead of this all, I will just only get amount. When I have only some amount and I am filtering on the company ID, then there is no need for the group by, right. Group by, I am altering the store procedure. This is done. So, after this I will just execute it. See, do not confuse, this is the other one and this is the other one, okay. So, I am declaring, and see, when I pass this, I will just only get amount. Now, whatever the amount I get, I want to store the amount in the this one money column. I want to store that in the amount. Can you do this way? Set @ amount equal to, I will do this, execute. You can't do this. You can't do this by, if you want to store the output of a store procedure in the variable, you can't do this way. The only way you can do is that Control C, I will paste it here. I will just write it here as you will get error. And one more thing, you can't run only this one, you need to run from the declare onwards, okay. You need to run from the declare onwards, please remember. Now, here there is one more concept called, I can give the, I can declare one more variable amount, and I can give the type as integer, and it is a money, right. I can give a type as money, and afterwards I can give this as a out, means I can capture that variable as a out. So, what I will do here, I will set @ amount equal to, right. I will keep this one in the bracket. So, whatever is there in the bracket, that one will be stored as a amount. See now, that is it. I will just alter it here, done. So, in order to get that value in the directly, so there is no need to use a set here now. I will just copy this one, I will paste it here, but instead of using this CID, right, CID comma @ amount as out, you just write out, that is it. Automatically, see, now I want to print it, I can print it now. I will just write print total, I will just write here total amount for CID, and I need to add that one, plus I need to convert that, because I can't directly add the CID variable because it is integer type, right. So, I need to convert them, varchar of @CID, sorry, varchar of 10 comma @CID. You can't concat variables and integers, sorry, varchar and integer, and after this plus, and after this what I will do is, I will just write space is, again I will add it here, same, I will just convert it, convert, right, RT convert. Now, I will write convert, what is the thing, it is amount, right, varchar of some 10, and I will give amount, it is @ amount. I want to show that output, so that is why I am giving here. I will just do plus symbol, that is it. Let us see now, when I give, you get the output for that. See, 4 is 31, right. Now, if I give 5, then I will get the output for 5. This is a way how you, if you want to store the output from the variable, then you need to explicitly, you need to declare in the store procedure as out, and that value you can declare here. because this is my parameter, right? In the parameter I am giving a amount. I can give parameter 1 instead of that same. I'll give amount 1, so that you will be knowing that what is meant by amount 1, because amount and amount means in the parameter, in the store procedure also you got the same amount. Here I am giving amount 1. See, now when I execute this, I will get the amount 1. See, okay. So you are taking that out. So this is the order by. See, always remember, in the store procedure I got two parameters, right? You should always give them in the order by. If not, then you should mention the name. See, at the above I have directly given the values right here. Execute store procedure name somewhere I have given the values. If I have multiple, I can give this value in this way also. This is a way. I can also give the value in this different way. Like if I have multiple parameters in the store procedure, then I can give at the rate of CID equal to. Then also it works. See. Okay. Oh, actually I have altered the procedure, right? So that's why it is not, it's showing an error. So I'll just alter the procedure to this, because in the procedure I have created amount, right? Now you will be getting. If I execute both will have the same result. See, this is the other way to execute. Okay. So we are good. This is a thing that you need to learn about the store procedures. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. I'll just stop the video. Everyone is okay? Hello?